संतोषयता सन्तौ श्रीलरूप सनातनौ दाक्षिणात्येन भट्टेन पुनरेतद्विविच्यते तस्याद्यं ग्रन्थनालेकं क्रान्तव्युत्क्रान्तखण्डितम् पर्यालोच्यात पर्यायं कृत्वा लिखति जीवकः. Hare Krishna. Just 2 minutes. I have to send the material. So, in this statement of Sutrasthanim Vakyam, very important thing is there. Where you have to focus? Tada tad evam asmin Srimati Mahapurane. In this Srimad Bhagavatam, Guru Shishya Bhavena Pravrittanam Upadesha Siksha Vakyeshu Bhaktehi eva Abhidheyatvam Sadhitam. Bhakti is proved. Bhakti is only the Abhidheya, or otherwise Abhidheya is Bhakti. This is achieved in what sentences? In those sentences, there are teachings are there. Those sentences are coming from the disciplic succession. Those are said or discussed in the conversation between Guru and Shishya. So such a sentences we took and established Abhidheya is Bhakti. So in Krishna Sandrabha it is written that in the Mahakalapura episode 29th Anuched of the Sri Krishna Sandrabha, it is said, Kincha Shastram hi Shashanatmakam Shashanam cha Upadeshaha. Shastra means what? Which teaches. Shastram hi Shashanatmakam. Shasanatmakam. Shastra means what? Shasanatmakam. That means that which educates. The one which educates is known as Shasanam, or otherwise Shastram. Shastram is known as Shastram. That name for Shastram, why it came? Because it educates, or otherwise it teaches or educates. So that's why Shastra means education actually, or otherwise instruction. Education or the instruction. The thing which is comprised of the various instructions is known as Shastram. The one which educates, that is Shastram. Or the one which instructs, that is known as Shastram. You can say like this in simple way. And this instructions are two types. That's all. Direct instruction or otherwise indirect. Direct instruction or otherwise. That means Ardhantaradwara. Sakshat Ardhantaradwara cha. Two types. Instructions are two types. Direct instruction or otherwise Indirect. Indirect means through the another meaning. Instructing. Ardhantara dwara. Direct instruction is known as Ardhantara means through the indirect meaning. Ardhantara means through dwara. Ardhantara dwara means through the meaning, another meaning, through the another meaning, through another meaning. That is known as indirect. Direct instruction is also known as, that means sakshat upadeshaha. Direct instruction is known as srutihi. Sruti. Sruti is known as, direct instruction is known as sruti. And it is not dependent on anyone. Direct. Guru is directly telling to the disciple. Example is Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. After narrating in the 3rd chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Janma Guhyo Adhyaya, Janma Guhya Adhyaya, this chapter is very important of the 1st canto 3rd chapter. This Adhyaya is also known as Janma Guhya Adhyaya. Why this Adhyaya is very specific? In the whole Srimad Bhagavatam, whatever. So we are going to see the avatars. About those all avatars at one place it is said. You'll be seeing there how many avatars are discussed there. In the 3rd canto, in the 1st chapter, 3rd canto, in the 3rd canto, 1st chapter. 20? 22. Always wrong. 20. Whatever you think, first you say it's wrong and I should go for the second one. Then it will be good. 24. 24 avatars. 22 when you get, immediately you say that it's wrong. 24. 24 avatars total. Okay. 24 avatars are discussed. You'll be seeing all these avatars are discussed in the Srimad Bhagavatam. And this chapter is so specific. So specific because before starting the Srimad Bhagavatam, whatever is going to come, that is said at one place. And also, in that context, what is said? Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. There is no proof. Is there any proof there? How Krishna is only the Supreme Personality of Godhead? In that Adhyaya, is it proved? Guru is directly instructing to Shishya. Who is Guru? Sota Goswami. Who is Shishya? Savanakadi Rishis. They are these disciples. After saying these 24 avatars, so Etecha Amshakalaha. These are all part and parcel of the Purusha. Purushas, Amshas and Kalas. Whatever I explained. Krishnastu. But Krishna Bhagavan Swayam. Simply said. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. It's independent statement. There is no derivated meaning is establishing this. Direct Guru is saying to disciple. Any instruction given by the Guru directly to the disciple, that is known as Sakshat Upadesha. That is Shruti. Okay? That is known as Shruti. Don't get confused with that Shruti. Vedas. Vedas is also, that is also known as Shruti. But here Shruti is the independent statement. Any independent statement given by the Guru to the disciple, that means Upadesha. It should be Upadesha. Upadesha will happen between Guru and Shishya only. Between friends, there is a joking actually. And Guru always give the, even if the friend is taking the position of Guru, then he is Guru only, he is not friend. Friends means all the time jokes or narma. That means some playful things there. Krishna is also friend of Arjuna. But when he started teaching, Shishyasteham Shadi Mam Prapan, then he is Guru now. So then it is a Guru Shishya. So it's a Guru Shishya Param, Guru Shishya Bhava is there. Then that is Upadesha. So then that kind of statement is Sakshad Upadesha is known as Shruti. Okay. That is also said Nirapeksharava Shrutihi. An independent statement is called Shruti. This is from the Artha Sangraha. If you want to interpret the lines, the signs used to interpret the statements, what kind of statement you will be having a book. In that book, several kinds of the statements it is there. There are there. Shruti, Linga, Vakya, Samakhyanam, Shruti, Linga, Vakya. What are those? Always off memory. Shruti, Linga, Vakya, Prakarana, Sthana, Samakhya. Shruti, Linga, Vakya, Prakarana, Sthana, Samakhya. There are the 6 kinds of the 6 different types of the statements you can find in any book or any literature. Yeah, it's not that any textbook is there. It's not like one kind of instructions or one kind of statements. Not instructions, statements. If you see any book, statements are categorized into 6 types. In that, any statement, independent Upadesha, Sakshat Upadesha is known as Shruti, and that is the highest powerful one. Understand? Shruti, Linga, Vakya, Prakarana. What Shruti is Nirapekshara, independent Upadesha, teaching. And what is the Linga? So Linga is it's just an indicator. So that's why before studying any Shastra, one should know at least Tarka Sangraha and Artha Sangraha. Tarka Sangraha will give the fundamentals of the Nyaya, and Artha Sangraha will give the fundamentals of Mimamsa. That means how to interpret the statements. We always fight. So even if you want to interpret the Prabhupada statements, you cannot just Prabhupada said here this, Prabhupada said that. No. You have to first of all know how many types of statements are possible. In that, these statements comes under which category? Then after that you can prioritize. This is the more powerful, and this is the next, and this is the next, this and this is contextual, and this is, that means this is Shruti, this is Linga, Vakya, Prakarana, Sthana, Samakhya. Anything, anywhere actually, any book or anywhere. We should not say that in this Mahakala Purakhyanam, we are seeing that Vishnu is saying Supreme Personality of God, he is also. He is saying, hey Krishna, you are my part and parcel, you are my avatara. What we should say then? This statement we should take seriously or not? Now Vishnu is saying, then definitely it is like that. It may look, but it is not Upadesha, because there is no, Krishna is not becoming Shishya there. He didn't went to Mahakalapura, that city, Mahakala city. He didn't go to get any teachings from Mahavishnu. So then Mahavishnu cannot simply say or instruct Krishna. And then that is not the, that statement is not the, comes under the Sakshat Upadesha. That is not Shruti. But whatever Suta Goswami said to the Saunaka, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. This is powerful. This is Shruti. This is powerful actually. Who is speaking? That is not. Even Krishna also may speak in the Bhagavad Gita jokingly with the Arjuna. Then that is a statement. Can you derive that from that philosophy? No. You cannot derive. So that's why we should know what kind of statement is this. We should know the science behind the technique behind the knowledge, technology behind the sentences. Why I am saying this much story? Because you see here, in this anuched, what is said, come to our main point. Anyway, there's a long discussion in the Krishna Sandrabha. So these all 6 kinds of the statements, then that is a Krishnastu Bhagavan. So anyway, we discussed also in our class in Bhakti Vaibhava, we discussed that Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam is a Paribhasha Sutram, and it is only one statement, but there are so many statements in the Srimad Bhagavatam which are saying that Krishna is the Amsha of the Vishnu. Many places you will be finding like this. Yes or no? Many are there like that. And all those statements are simply overruled by this one statement. You cannot say that abhyasa, that means many statements are favorable to prove Krishna as avatara, so we'll take Krishna as avatara. No. We cannot take. So that's why this understanding is needed. Guru Shishya Bhavena Pravrittanam Upadesh. That's why now why Srila Jiva Goswami is taking from every chapter these conversations, Guru Shishya conversations. These are the important. These are the direct Upadesha. These are the Sakshat Upadesha. These can be the Shruti. And in the teachings, what is concluded? What is prescribed by the Guru to disciple? That is the important thing. That's the reason why we took Suta Goswami to Saunakadi, Parikshit, Sukadeva Goswami to Parikshit, Brahmaji to Narada, next Maitreya to Vidura, next Sanat Kumara to Prithu Maharaj. So next Asura Prahlad Maharaj to Asura Balakas, Shiva, Rudra to Prachetas, so Narada to Prachetas, many. These are all Guru and Shishya. They are not joking. They are not sitting there and joking. And that's why that Guru statement is Shruti. That's an independent statement, if it is independent. And that is the most powerful among all the Bhagavatam statements. So in this, if you see in the first canto, 3rd chapter, in one place Krishna is said as Avatara, 24 avatars he is calculated. He was also mentioned, Ramakrishna. There we are seeing contextually, that means Prasanga, that is Prasanga. Through Prasanga we are seeing Krishna as Avatara. But direct Upadesha, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam, there, so Suta Goswami is directly saying to Saunaka, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Then that is Shruti. So we should know that's why. In Bhagavatam, several kinds of these statements are there. The 6 kinds. Several means in whole world, you can make these sentences into 6 categories only. Not more than this. Any book, if you take, sentences can be these 6 kinds. That's why Artha Sangraha is very needed book. Gokulananda Prabhu. Yes, Mike. I expected.
Artha Sangraha.
Artha.
Who is the author? Which, because there are some editions from 19th
English,
century,
but only one author,
this is,
but English. This name, it's not.
it's one from Laugakshi Bhaskara.
Laugakshi Bhaskar. Yes,
That's the one.
that one. Laugakshi Bhaskar. Yeah, that is only the standard. Maybe, but that is translated into many languages, many authors into English. You can find English version, but Sanskrit version is only one. Laugakshi Bhaskar. Then after that, next book is Mimamsa Nyaya Prakash. Next level. Artha Sangraha is the first basic step, ABCDs. Then after that, yeah. Especially if you want to study Krishna Sandarbha, so you need to know basics of Artha Sangraha. It's good actually. If you understand these types of the sentences, it will be helpful. Otherwise, how you can establish Krishna is only the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Many places it is shown that Krishna is only avatara actually. Ramcharan Prabhu.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Guru. So this, how do we distinguish, like, say, is there any characteristics that we can find which one is the Shruti Vakya, which one is not the Shruti Vakya, or all the statement from Guru to disciple is Shruti Vakya?
Yeah, there is a characteristics are there, which is Shruti, Linga, Vakya, Prasanga, so Sthanam, Samakya. They are defined, Prabhu. How to identify, that is also mentioned. Characteristics in that details are there.
In Artha Sangra.
Yes.
And what is, you also mentioned one more thing, Tarka Sangra. Is that also be useful? Like
that is useful everywhere actually. If you want to learn commentary, because the structure of the commentary is pratigna, that means paksha, next to sadhya, and hetu, udaharana. The structure is followed actually everywhere. Paksha, sadhya, hetu, udaharana. This is a style actually we follow. That style you can catch when you read, when you study Anumana Kanda of the Tarka Sangraha. These will open the just our ideas actually. It will open our way of, it will refresh your way of thinking, and that is the technical way actually. Technically, that is a technical way to establish, yeah, anything. Those fundamentals useful actually. Many concepts in the Nyaya you'll be using those uses who once if you know that subject, then you'll understand. That's why these 6 darshanas are very important. Now otherwise, if you don't know Artha Sangraha and you don't know the types of sentences, then fighting will keep on going. In the same Bhagavatam, some places you are seeing Krishna as avatara, and some places it is said that Krishna is avatari. Then how to decide? Many are there. Example 4:159. There Krishna is also Harehe Amshau Iha Agatau. Tau Yumau. These two, Krishna and Krishna, these Krishnas, these two are the Amshas of Hari. Even in the 10th canto, 43 chapter. Etau Bhagavatah Sakshat Harehe Narayanasya Avatirnau Amshena Iha Amshena Vasudevasya Veshmani. Here it is directly said in the 10th canto, 43rd chapter, 23rd sloka. This Balaram and Krishna are the Amsha of the Narayana. Many places like this. In Srimad Bhagavatam, not one, two, many are there like this. Then how you conclude? one may show that and say, this is correct. Krishna and Arjuna, Krishna and Balaram are the avatars of Narayana. That's why. Okay, next. So that's my Guru Shishya Pravrittanam Upadesha Vakyeshu Bhaktehi eva Abhidheyatvam Saditam. Such a great thing Srila Jiva Goswami established now for you. Out of this Srimad Bhagavatam, so many sentences which are telling about the Karma Misra, Gnana Misra, Karma Gnana Misra Bhakti. And some are establishing the Gnana. So many varieties of the sentences are there. So much complex. And from there, clearly he established what is Abhidheya. That is Sakshat Bhakti. And he took all the conversations between the Guru and Shishya and did this. We should all grateful to Srila Jiva Goswami. Yes or no? Because of him, we are, yeah. Otherwise, some places, Bhagavad Dharma, even the Gnana Mishra Bhakti is also said as Bhagavad Dharma. Because our Acharyas, our Pippalayana and so, they were saying, variety of instructions are there. And sometimes, you see, in some places, Sanat Kumara was teaching Gnana. And even Sukadeva Goswami, some places he is teaching the Gnana. At the end also he started teaching. And yeah, Parishit is also saying, yes, I entered into Brahman and I am now fearless. So otherwise what will happen? If you don't understand this text, how to understand Srimad Bhagavatam? Yes, Srimad Bhagavatam is Nigama Kalpataru.
Sangha that Shruti, Linga, Prakaran, 6 kind of statements are there. So that is there like that priorities that Shruti is most important.
Yes.
Then
Next Linga.
Like that is that.
First Shruti important. Next level is Linga. That means if Shruti is not there, Linga and the Vakya is there, then Linga you should take.
So,
like that.
As well as second, when we are reading Prabhupada books, any books like that, no? So how to identify this is Shruti, this is a Linga, as well as one may interpret anything like that.
We should read the Artha Sangraha and see the examples there.
And second thing, when Guru is teaching something, so always Guru Sishya Bhav is always there, like that. So
but in that also, so before to that actually see, Krishna's the Bhagavan, so before to this, Sota Goswami, he himself is saying to the Saunaka that this Ramakrishna is the avatars. Yes or no? But that we should not take as Shruti.
But when Guru is physically not present, Vapu is not present to ask some, so some book is written. So how to identify, take?
Why Guru is not there? That is another topic. That is not here discussion.
Okay. And out of Sakshat Updesh and Drishtanta Updesh, which is important? Just in the sense.
Just I'm giving little sense only. And even I didn't explain these 6 types of sentences, how to identify, what are the lakshana for each, examples. I didn't say anything. Just what I want to say, any Sakshat Upadesha is known as Shruti, and Shruti is having the highest importance. This much only I said. And it's a lot more is there to understand here, a lot more. Just so that you can start thinking to study that, and maybe you may get inspiration. That's why I said.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. So Srila Prabhupada's teachings are in 3 forms actually: his books, his letters, and his conversation.
Yes.
So based on that, we can teach ourselves. It will be very helpful how to prioritize the things.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Srila Prabhupada is speaking that statement independently, or contextual, or it's a linga, or it's a vakya, or it's a prakarana, samakya, or the sthanam. You have to see that. Not that the Srila Prabhupada said this is a, not that the Bhagavatam anywhere it is, any statement you take, then you take that. That means Narayana's avatara is the Ramakrishna. Then you say that Ramakrishna is the only avatara. Will it go on like that? It's not. So that's why without properly identifying and interpreting those sentences, Prabhupada said, what is it? That's not the way to interpret, na?
So amongst these three, which should be given more importance? These
Those
three.
also should be classified actually into the categories of these 6. Then you can understand. Then you can understand what is what.
What a needed thing, Prabhu. If you devotees follow this, these conflicts can be resolved actually. So very, please do that.
People are writing papers, but without basics.
Yeah.
Writing big papers in all the communities. We are seeing this party and that party now becoming 2 parties.
Within ourselves, conflict.
And parties are just started. What are the basics actually? Where is the basic? It's not a way to interpret the any sentences of anyone. And those papers are really, simply it will become, it's not a worthful discussion actually. Simply wasting of time.
Yeah, there is no base at all.
Next, tat katyata.
How these pramana of indicators, the Shruti Linga, are related to Jaha Lakshana that we studied before. Because this is referring to meaning. So Shruti is direct meaning, but we also studied.
Not Shruti means direct meaning, no.
It's
Direct
sentence.
Direct upadesha.
Direct statement.
Yeah. Jahalakshana is different actually. That is also, these are all various techniques actually. When you take Jahalakshana or Ajahalakshana, Jahalakshana, there also criteria is there actually. When there is unavoidable situation is there, then only you can take the secondary meaning. That is also having so much discussion in the Shastra. If you go Jahalakshana, wherever it is discussed in the Vyakarana Shastra, so it will be given the conditions when you can take, what are the situations, what are the types, and it's a lengthy discussion. So much Purva Paksha comes and put arguments. That's why if you are simple devotee, you have Ruchi Pradhana devotee, you are having the simply love for the Krishna's holy name, nothing. You don't need to struggle for anything. Finish. Take the holy chanting bag, holy name, take the chanting bag and 24 hours chant it. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare. But when you are the not Ruchi Pradhana, then Vichara Pradhana, then problem comes. You have doubts, then how to, you are doubtful, your Shraddha is not based upon your devotion is not based upon the Ruchi, but it is based upon the Shraddha. Shraddha means Shastrartha Vishwasaha, believing the meanings of the Shastra. Shastra means instructions. So then you should know how many types of instructions are there in the Shastra, how they are, how to interpret, and what is the conclusion. That's why now why is Jiva Goswami writing? Jiva Goswami is writing such a book, big literature. You don't need to do any research. You study these 6 sandarvas. That is good. At least. Because he knows and whatever needed for this sampradaya. When sampradaya is established, Acharya always takes care of all these things. So that means no one should put finger on my sampradaya. When you construct your house, how will you construct? You'll be keeping door, You'll also keeping the various windows to facilities so that wind can go blow. Everything will be take care or not. Similarly, when acharyas establish sampradaya, they will be constructing all the facilities. It's not that they just something on the one day. So just some material brought at one place and it became the house. No, very systematically they do. Huh? Yeah. No. ततकथ्यता महाभागा यदि कृष्ण कथाश्रयम् अथवा पदाम्भोजा मकरंदलिहां सताम् तत्कथ्यता महाभागा यदि कृष्ण कथाश्रयम् 116:6 165 अच्छा 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 इधर 5 इस बुक में 6 दिया इसमें 5 एक्चुअली 5 दैट इज यदि कृष्ण कथाश्रय अथवास्य पादाम्भोज मकरंद लिहां सताम. O great soul, please tell us that if it is related to topics of Krishna or is related to the topics of his devotee who licked the honey from his lotus feet. इत्यनुसारेण सर्वेषाम् इतिहासानामपि तन्मात्र तात्पर्यत्वं ज्ञेयम्. See how to take the how to summarize the Srimad Bhagavatam, how to summarize the meanings of these sentences or the statements or any context. There in the Srimad Bhagavatam, so many conversations and so many discussions happened. So what is the conclusion of each discussion? That you can easily understand by the question asked by the Saunakadi Rishis. Who is asking this? Tat Khatyatam Mahabhaga. Who is speaking this? See, Saunakadi Rishis or not? Saunaka Uvacha. Saunaka is asking, oh my dear Suta Goswami, you narrate those stories, only those stories. Yadi Krishna Kathashayam, if they are centered in Krishna Katha, or otherwise his devotees. Otherwise, don't tell to me. Then that means Suta Goswami definitely will not narrate if any story is out of this. Why he will narrate? Because the person, whatever you are asking in the market, you went to the shop, you are asking the rice. So good shopkeeper, what he will do? He will give rice only, na? Otherwise, he will give wheat, rice only. So he is asking what he is interested. He is interested in only in the Krishna Kathashrayam. So that's why from this statement you can understand that all the topics of Srimad Bhagavatam are related to Krishna Katha. All the discussions are otherwise his devotees. Vistarabhiyatu na vivriyate. Now, taking every conversation or every topic, every story and establishing Krishna Katha is related to the bhakti. This I am not going to do. Still Jiva Goswami is saying, because Vistarabhiya, because there is a fear of the expansion, means that much book volume also increase, and also time. His time is also important or not. Saying what is the need of saying everything again and again, establishing that. So he also is having a lot of service engagement, other service engagement. Only writing one book. So but that you can do. Everyone take the different topics and different portion of the Srimad Bhagavatam you take this chapter and establish. Or otherwise this prasanga you take, establish Sakshat Bhakti is Abhideya. You can do. That is the study actually. That is the study of Srimad Bhagavatam. We should do that kind of study. That kind of study should be encouraged. Not that the only sloka and some delivering some lecture, whatever you want, without understanding context. So this is the research actually. All these students in the Bhakti Sandarbha, I think one special topic you all should take, each everyone, and establish Sakshat Bhakti is the Abhideya. How it will be? Gokulanand Prabhu. Huh? That Mike, you speak in mic. Mike.
In the anuched 11 from Tattva Sandarbha, in the Sarva Sambhadini, Jiva Goswami gives all the terminologies and explain the meaning of word, the Sattva Vritti, Lakshana Gauna.
Yeah, that portion I skipped
Vyanjana.
actually. That portion I skipped in the Tattva Sandarbha.
Yes, I remember you told us.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
And it's given the Jaimini Sutra for the Shruti Linga. It's
But
here also.
but that is not in detail actually. But still, I can say I went through that Sarva Samvadini. Only little bit only it is there. But if that is the Lakshana Vritti, Gauna Vritti, Mukhya Vritti, those things is said. But these Artha Sangraha concepts, Shruti, Linga, Vakya, Sthana, Prakarana, Samakya.
Is there also this is the verse Shruti Linga Vakya Prakarana Sthana Samakyanam Samavaya Para Daurbalyan Artha Viprakarshat.
Yes.
And then there is an explanation Shruti Chasabda Kshamata Lingam
Yes.
Vakyam Padani Eva tu Samhitani.
Yeah,
So
these are the basic, but definition and examples and detailed discussion you'll be seeing in the Artha Sangraha only. Just he is using from there actually. Only some for that context.
This what we learned today till now is like first canto onward to 12th canto.
Yeah.
Bhakti Sachat Bhakti established by Jiva Goswami Pad.
Huh.
So here said Bistar Bhai, I'm not going to explain Anyatra. That means in every chapter, in every Bhagavatam part, that Sachat Bhakti is there.
Yes.
That one has to like they identify.
Yeah, that we take that whole prakarana, that means the whole context, and take that chunk and establish like that.
Because I was doubting because why this much only Jiva Goswami is telling, because so many places also mention Bhakti, that is mentioned like that. So
because Vistarabhiya.
Okay.
A fear of expansion. That means time.
Is that any reason? Because as you said, Sakshat Updesh is there. That's why Shruti is there. That's why.
These are Sakshat Guru Shishya. Primarily he took. And there is a through Linga also you can establish through the Vakya, Samakyanam, Sthanam,
Problem is
Prakarana.
that we don't understand what is Linga, Bhagavatam, what is Prakarana. We know Prakarana.
That means if you want to establish from the in the every portion of the Srimad Bhagavatam, then you should know all the faculties of interpretation, all the techniques of interpretation of the text.
Say, every sloka is telling about pure devotional service. Bhagavatam is nothing but pure devotional
Every
service.
sloka may not, but the summary of that Prakarana may say, that Vakya may say, or the Linga ways. This means Srimad Bhagavatam is also comprised of these 6 kinds of the statements. All these 6 kinds of statements. So you should know how to identify. Then after that, how to use those to establish this thing. Many things we should also know. That.
So as we are discussing flower boat, that Krishna Katha is like boat. That is also mentioned by Narad Muni in Samvad Vyas, Narad Vyas Samvad.
Yeah.
That is also Etadi Atruchitta Nam, that Haricharya Arunanam Plavodasto. That is also mentioned. That is Sachat Bhakti is established.
Yeah, even some places directly also is said, because Srila Jiva Goswami didn't take everything actually. Only few he took.
Prabhu, here Surdi means a statement of Guru, but he has taken statements of disciples, Saunagarisi first.
Yeah.
Why?
So some places he took, that means Vidura, but ultimately he is establishing statement of Guru. Based upon statement of Guru, he is established.
Okay.
So atha anyatra cha tadeva drishyate. So like this, anyatra, in other places, that purpose should only be seen. Tadeva drishyate. तत्र अन्वयेन यथा एतावानेव लोकेस्मिन् पुंसां धर्मः परस्मृतः भक्ति योगो भगवती तन्नाम ग्रहणादिभिः. The emperor dharma for the jivas living in this world is direct bhakti to the Supreme Lord by chanting his holy names, etc., and not more. Etavaneva lokesmin pumsam paraha dharma. Paraha dharma means sarvabhauma dharma. Sarvabhauma. In the down, if you see the explanation, paraha dharma is glossed as sarvabhauma dharma, emperor dharma. What is that? For the jivas, direct bhakti. Bhakti yoga bhagavati. Na etad adikaha, not more than this. So he took lot of endeavor to establish Srimad Bhagavatam as the emperor Pramana. After establishing that Srimad Bhagavatam as emperor Pramana, once again in that he is establishing what is the emperor dharma? That is direct devotion. The emperor dharma is direct devotion and emperor Pramana is Srimad Bhagavatam.
Here is there. Adi means anything else also? Tan Nam Grahana Adi bhi. Adi means what?
Tan Nama Grahanadi. So, Nama Grahanam, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam. Nama and also Rupa, Guna, Leela, all.
Adi.
Yeah.
Means.
पुंसां जीवमात्राणां परः धर्मः सार्वभौम धर्मः एतावान् स्मृतः न एतत् अधिकः, not more than this. So that's why there is nothing to superior to this for the jivas. We are all in the highest service, highest dharma. एतावत्वमेव आह तन्नाम ग्रहणादिभिः यः भक्ति योगः साक्षात् भक्तिर इति. So here in this, what is that bhakti yoga? Tannama grahanadibihi. So the yoga which is comprised of accept chanting holy names and so. That means it is indicating that what is that yoga? That is sakshat bhakti yoga. The extent of dharma is described. It is direct bhakti by chanting his holy names. Evam evakarena anyavyavrtatvam spashtayati bhagavati iti. So that is a sakshat bhakti only should be done. And bhagavati eva, bhakti yoga bhagavati eva, etavan eva. So that means this taking the holy name and so and so activities, that's direct devotion only for Lord. Bhagavati eva. For the Lord's sake only, not for the sake of getting the results from the karma and so and so. That means you can take the sakshat bhakti, you can do sakshat bhakti, but the purpose of achieving the results from the karma also. Yes? Then this kind of devotion is known as what? Huh? This is known as what? Using the sakshat bhakti for some material gain. Jai Gopinath Prabhu.
It's Bhakti Mishra Karma.
No. Richand Prabhu, tell me.
Rajasika Bhakti.
Rajasika Bhakti, this is perfect answer. Using the Sakshat Bhakti for the material gain is a Rajasika Bhakti. Using the Sakshat Bhakti for the getting the moksha, then it is a Satvik Bhakti. Using the Sakshat Bhakti to get the some killing the some people or something, so then that is Tamasika Bhakti. Using the Sakshat Bhakti for the sake of the Lord, satisfying the Lord, then that is known as Nirguna Bhakti. Thanks, Prabhu. कम से कम एक तो आंसर मिला. स्वनामग्रहणादीन्यपि यदि कर्मादौ तत्साद्गुण्यत्यर्थं प्रयुज्यन्ते तदा तस्य परत्वं नास्ति तुच्छफलार्थं प्रयुक्तत्वेन तद् अपराधात् इत्यर्थः. Using bhakti just to get the just to purify the processes, it is also known as not sakshat bhakti, bhakti. Using bhakti can be anything. So general terms, if you say bhakti, if you are using just to purify the karma process. When you do the karma, example, karma means yajna. When you are doing the yajna, so first of all, place should be purified. Then after that, you will be using this so many dravya, that means ingredients. Then that means lot of ghee. Maybe in that ghee, someone put the that means without taking bath, he put the finger, and anything can happen. Maybe dog touched that, but who knows? So, but that's why in this universe, doing the karma without any dosha is impossible actually. And karma, even a little dosha is there, it will not give result. So that's why to purify these things, sadgunyartham, that means to purify those place, and also mantra. When you chant the mantra, sometimes maybe because of your vocal system is something, so is sitting inside and something happened and mantra is not chanted properly, then result should not come actually. So these unavoidable mistakes are possible in the everywhere, in every process. Karma, gnana, tapa, dana, yajna, everything, in all other process. It's a must and should actually. You cannot perform any activity absolutely perfect. So that's why every sadhana needs this someone who can destroy this these anomalies, whatever these doshas, defects. So that's why that is only who can purify? Only bhakti. So that's why bhakti is the must and should for every sadhana to give its result. Otherwise, no result from their sadhanas. This. So that's why karmis, what they do? Karmis also they chant the mantras, Narayana mantras, just to purify the ingredients. This their process of the karma. Then they are using the bhakti as secondary, as a servant for the servant for their karma. Actually, this is guni bhukta bhakti, gauni bhakti. This is known as gauni bhakti, and here they are committing offenses. So, what kind of offense this is? What is that eighth one? Considering the chanting of holy name is also one of the auspicious ritual activity which is offered in the Vedas. Karma kanda. Considering bhakti as a part of the karma kanda is offense. That's why he said tad aparadat. So that's why there he is using the bhakti, but he is making bhakti is a servant for the karma. So, but bhakti should be done for the Bhagavan. Bhagavati. What is said in this sloka? Bhagavati. There is no other reason actually. Bhakti should not be utilized for any other purpose.
Can you please tell in our practice how we are using bhakti as a God bhakti like that, as you mentioned now? You mentioned karma kandi, other things, yagya. But how in practical life in our society as devotee, like you using bhakti as a...
That depends upon individual consciousness. Now you are thinking that, so I am not having the sweater in winter season came. So my dear Lord, give me a sweater, give me sweater. Chanting holy name and give me a sweater. Then you are using Bhakti Maharani as your servant.
Ita is there. That Anyavilasta Sunyam Jnana. Ita word is there for protecting the body. That is also comes to this service. Yeah.
That depends upon your body. You are always using for the only service of Krishna, or there's some enjoyment also is there. Okay, let me enjoy this body. Let me watch movie. Let me just gossip with the others. Sometime I will get enjoyment. You are using the body parts to enjoy yourself. You are really in that consciousness, then good. That depends upon your individual consciousness. Externally, by we cannot decide actually. It's very difficult. Only Krishna knows whether you are doing the perfect service or not. And that's why we should not judge the devotees. It's dangerous. If you see the dosha in the devotee, your bhakti is out. No doubt in that. It will be definitely out. Superficially, you will be sitting in the group of devotees. But you are having the big load of offenses. You need to spend millions of lifetimes to reduce that. Already it's piled up, na? And it's even more dangerous. Better that kind of people should stay alone best. Instead of being the devotees and offending, gossiping. And every morning to evening, so only just to screwing this devotee like this. Then gone. Only for maintaining the body you will be staying. Even that is also good, but progress will not be there. Even that is also good, staying in the temple for the maintenance of body. At least that is a nirguna vasa is there. But the problem is there is no progress. But you should not do more offenses. There is a danger actually. If you do more offenses, then your number is postponed actually. So मेरा नंबर कब आएगा और भी टाइम लगेगा और एक दो जन्म और भी ज्यादा लेना पड़ेगा. So but it's very difficult. So it's a very serious thing. It's not a joking thing. I should not laugh. Okay. It's serious actually. Every devotee should seriously think. So that's why this kind of offense is happening. They are using bhakti for the getting the material. That means just to purify the process. Karmadau tat sadgunyadhyardam. Karmadau adi means karma, gnana, dana, tapa, vrata, so and so. Even dana also you cannot do perfectly. That is the dana. So even donor also should have certain qualities. Even the receptor also should have the certain qualities. Then only you will be getting the phala. Wherever you give some donation, oh, I did good. No, nothing. Then to remove that dosha, that defects, you need to, have the bhakti. But just if we develop this kind of consciousness, we are always using Hare Krishna Maha Mantra to purify the things. Then that's not good actually. That's not the good consciousness. We will not bathe. Okay, no problem. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra one time did japa, and winter season, oh, difficult to bathe. What should I do? Okay, I will chant mantra and I will be purified and I will do my service. Enter into the altar. So we feel so difficulty to remove the clothes, and for even if you go for the toilet, you have to remove all the clothes and wear the gamcha, and then you have to go. So, but in the winter season, oh, who will going to remain? So we're going to do. So do quickly, and after that, Achavan will do and do the some purification mantra. Om apavitro pavitro va. Okay, done. Then who is this? What is the consciousness in this? You tell me. I am utilizing my service for the Lord's sake. That is, or otherwise your laziness, or is something is there. That is only your consciousness. Who is going to decide? You should decide yourself. That's why Krishna conscious movement this is. No one can see that consciousness. Only Krishna can see. That is Krishna consciousness. If it is outside visible, then we can say, oh, this his devotion is nice. But it is not visible now. तथैव क्षयिष्णु फलदातृत्वं च भवति इति भावः. In that case, if you use bhakti just to remove or destroy the defects, then what will happen? Then that bhakti is also giving result like that only. You are using bhakti as a servant, then she will also give the servant type results only. Only she will be giving. So just result of that karma, which is going to be destroyed. She is not going to give Krishna prema in your heart. If you utilize that bhakti to just to purify the process, in that case, it is just giving the result of the karma. And also when you use bhakti, so in that karma you did some mistake, known mistake, prayaschitta you are doing. In that case also, when you are doing the prayaschitta, even prayaschitta to become successful, once again you should take the prayaschitta is also process. There is a chance to have the mistake to happen in that also. Then you use the bhakti. So then at that time also Bhakti Maharani will be just helping the prayaschitta process to destroy the defects of effects of the side effects of the karma. Iti bhavaha. This is, of course, our topic of discussion is not this. That means we want to establish bhakti is the sarvabhauma. Emperor dharma is sakshat bhakti. That is the main point actually. Just we saw the elaborate discussion there. We are going quite slow actually. Our syllabus is piling up. I am going a little slow. Your course time will be extended. Not Bhakti Sandarbha. Bhakti Sandarbha will finish within period of time only. That is, your Bhakti Vaibhav will finish in maximum of end of May, April, or first week of May. Not more than that. Before that, definitely I will finish Bhakti Sandarbha. Before that, only online students they have problem actually. On site there is no problem. Maybe some more hours I need. And also translating also. Translating means we are taking Bhanumara's translation and doing the editing for that. It is also taking much time. Lot of thinking is needed for that also. Not a easy thing actually. Okay, next 93 anucheda. Only small anucheda, please. 2 anucheda at least. Tatha sadrichino hyayam loke pantakshemo kuto bhayaha Shushila sadhavo yatra narayana parayanaha. In this world, this path is correct, auspicious. In this world, this path is correct. Ayam pantha sadrichinaha means samichinaha. Sadrichinaha means samichinaha is a correct. And also kshemaha, auspicious, in which there is no fear, and also there is no fear of obstacles, and is followed by persons surrendered to Narayana. So who are merciful and free from material desires. Who is saying this? 6-1 Sukadeva Goswami. In this whole world, what is the best path, auspicious path, correct path? What is the correct path? Bhakti Marga. Ayam Pantha. Bhakti Marga. Narayana. Sri Narayana Bhakti Marga. Bhakti to the Narayana is the auspicious. Okay, we will see that tomorrow. Remaining things. 8 o'clock. Thank you very much. Question. Tomorrow, no presentation. I have to finish this. Presentation, I will tell some. Bapre, one presentation, 6 people, 3 hours. It's a very loss for me actually. Business is loss. Completely business went into loss. 3 hours, only 6 devotees. Huh? Like that, when we have more than 30, more than 25, 30 devotees we have. Oh. Okay, I will tell that. Some remedy I will bring out. It's not that I will definitely take the give the chance for speaking everyone, but let me come at least 100 anuchedas. Let me finish and give syllabus for exam. Then after that, after exam we'll do. Okay, 13th is the exam. Prepare for exams. All okay. Yeah. Next. Question bank is tomorrow. I will be coming with. Now also it will come. Okay, we'll see. Only almost all is over. Huh? Almost all over. Yes, I will send. Complete question bank I am going to send very soon. Okay, Prabhu. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai.